I'm here in Queenstown in New Zealand, and I have just found a little spot here on the Shotover River. It's a bit chilly this morning, but I'm going to try and attempt a little plein air sketch of this wonderful spot over there. There's a bit of a waterfall and some nice trees. The sun should come over the hill in a minute and also give me a bit more light in the distance. So see how we go with this a little plein air sketch today. So I have done a quick sketch and also a couple of simple value studies just to give me a bit of an idea of how to arrange the shapes, and I made this a very loose sketch because I also want this to be a very loose painting. Okay, I'll start with the sky, and it's got a bit of blue here on my palette. Just going to pick that up and make this quite wet. I'm going to go straight through this hill here. That's going to be quite dark anyway. Maybe a bit of a cloud there. Maybe I'll drop in a little bit of cobalt. Actually, a bit of cerulean just here. Just a few strokes. Maybe a bit of the top grey. Maybe just drop that in at the top here. And we have a sky. Very simple. I want to be fast here as well because I know the light's going to change in absolutely no time. So this is going to be quite a dark hill, so I'm just picking up some of my green that I still got on my palette from, I don't know, a win. And just come down here and do this. One background hill. Gonna make the one in front of it here a bit warmer. I'm just going to start with some of that blue and put in a bit of raw sienna. It'll look maybe a bit more yellow. And just come down to these cliffs here, these rocks. A bit more blue as we go up here. Let's carve around some of these trees. They're going to be warmer. There's a few light patches here. Put them in. Here comes the speedboats. I'm going to drop in more of the dark here for those trees. I'm going to put some lighter color here. I'm going to go over this again. I'm just going to drop in a bit of yellow. To make this a bit cleaner, a bit more yellow. And there's this very bright tree here. You got to put that in as well. So make sure that I don't forget about it. And the yellow dots here for those trees. They're catching some of the light. And I come down to my rock here. I'll maybe drop in a bit of a warmer green. So at the base here, he's taking it down to this rock. And around here, making sure though that I keep enough of that bright color here. Okay. Right, now this is starting to dry, so I'm just going to drop in more pigment, a bit of purple into this background hill. I'm going to make sure that I keep layering that up, but I want to keep it quite soft, so Let's see if I can do this background here just in the one layer. Let's keep dropping in some of the edge at the top. Now there's a few dark spots here. That's a bit of a shadow under there. Top above ridge, and maybe some here as well. There's some light on that hill. Quite a few of those there. Of that green here around this tree. It's coming down to this vegetation here. I want to add a bit of a stronger green here as we come closer to the foreground. Start getting a bit of texture in. Here maybe a tiny bit of yellow. Just a bit of interest. Little trees coming down here. We're sort of catching the light a little bit as it comes into the valley. Let's give a first pass of our rock, which is into whatever's still on this palette. And let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's a good color. And then maybe as we come to the other side, we change the color ever so slightly. I'm going to drop in some other colors in a second. Maybe I'm adding a little bit of raw sienna into this lavender. And as you can see, I'm painting pretty much the local colors. I'm not trying to interpret it in too crazy way here. Just painting more or less what I see. But I think the color scheme is quite harmonious. It's nice and soft. It's got greens and greys, a bit of yellow. We've got some nice darks here. In a minute, you paint the shadow around those rocks here and the waterfall. Okay, as we come over to this side, same deal, maybe a little bit warmer again. This is now definitely catching the sunlight. It's quite dry, my pigment. I'm doing a bit of dry brushing here. And it's going into this vegetation. There we go, and I've carved out a bit of that waterfall here. There's some rocks there too. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like this. And again, maybe drop in a bit of a darker color. Just a couple of lines here. Just it helps us define those shapes before we go in with a darker color in a second. Let's just dry. Keeping it all very loose, no detailed brush marks here. So I'm just going to add a bit more of that raw sienna into my lavender mix. I'm just going to gently dry brush and hint at the direction and the texture of those pebbles. That's all we're going to do here. I like to keep that light. This is a turquoisey color, so I maybe might as well mix that into my lavender mix here. And again, I'm just going to keep it loose. The water flows this way, obviously. So it's just have a few loose brush strokes. There you go. That's all we're going to do. Comes to the base of the waterfall, just like that. And then it gets a bit darker here, so I'm going to drop in a bit of cobalt. Couple of strokes here. It's the shadow of the cliff that falls into this side. Maybe even darker. Just one or two around those rocks here. Whatever this green is, not sure. I'm going to put that in here. A couple of strokes here. Or maybe a little bit on the top there. Instead of the smudging. The shadow color with ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Making sure that it's nice and dark. And then I'll start with this shadow here in the background. That's kind of the darkest spot, so I want to make sure that that's in first. I'm still painting from light to dark, but at some point I want to put in my darks so I have a calibration. That sort of goes in here into the tree and just smudge that a bit. And there's a rock. And then I do see the rock shelf. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, and then some of the other side. And then it gets a bit lighter as we come to the foreground. Let's just carve out a rock here. And another rock there. Oh, here comes the sun again. Ooh, that makes a difference in temperature straight away. So much nicer. Our point isn't quite sharp enough, so. And I'm just going to put some marks. Don't have to be exact or precise. We just want to hint at something's going on there in the background. Just to connect that shadow in to this area here. Just smudge that a bit. Smudge that a bit above the rocks as well. It's just a shadow of the trees on top of the rocks. There we go. Come the speedboats! I'm now also being attacked by sandflies, so it's time to speed things up even more. And as I said, I don't want to have a lot of detail here. Just want to create the texture so that we can see what this is about. There's a couple of rocks in the water as well. Making them quite light. Just the water's gushing over them. It just helps us see how the water is flowing, just like that. Okay. Add a bit of red and orange. It's autumn, so we have some nice colors here and there. Maybe connect them in. Yeah, some at the top there. Get that a little bit glowing. This is gonna. There's some dry brush strokes, just hinting at a bit of texture. There's another one there. We can just pretend it's sitting there at the side. Going to that tree a bit. Yeah, I think now we got this rock coming out a bit nicer. Maybe a bit more shadow here as well, just to connect that in, and then all the way. I'm just going to add a few rocks here in the foreground. I'm not going to do much for that. Basically just painting the shadow side of it. And What's that? That's a triangular rock. Once I start painting these rocks, I could go on forever. So I got to be careful that I don't create the need to paint every single rock. And maybe with these splatters, give this one a bit more of a shadow here. I'm sure that that's clear. There we go, that reads a bit better. And then we're going to add a few tree trunks to our main trees, mixing a darkish color. As it comes up and disappears. Some grasses hidden behind those rocks as well. Maybe it's just a couple in the background there. Happening. Always use your fingers if you need to make marks more interesting, or when you do dry brushing, that really drags it across the texture of the paper. And then we have a bit more interest in this water. Maybe a couple of marks here. Some in the waterfall. There we go. Contemplating whether I should make this a little bit darker just to enhance the shadow. Maybe I do. I just add a bit of that dark color here in the bottom of my palette and then just glaze over that. It's creating a bit more of an interesting shape around this tree here too. And then just go up. And there we go. That's all we're going to do. So that's the finished painting. Took me about half an hour. Pretty pleased with it. It's what I could manage under the circumstances. That's the joy of painting outdoors and plein air, is you always have to contest with various challenges like sandflies, speedboats, a relatively cold morning. My hands are a bit stiff, but it's not really about the outcome, as they say. It's all about being in the moment, enjoying a wonderful scene, and just spending a bit of time outdoors in this beautiful spot in the world. Hope you enjoyed watching this. See you next time.